Ladies and gentlemen, this is Frank Donga. You are already listening to Boom Radio. Just leave the dial there. Settle down. Listen to it. Open your ear. Don't touch it now. Boom Radio. Live and direct. Frank Donga in the building.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It is the Boom Bar right here on your Boom Radio NG. My name is Alaafin again, and I bid you a warm welcome to the bar today. Today is Friday, it is the TGF edition of Boom Bar. I'm going to be talking about a lot of things today. There are quite a number of things, The Chinese again are arrested again in Nigeria. I think it's time to look into this thing. There's a new Alaafin in town. I think after 3 years, it's safe to say that it's been a long time coming. So we're going to be talking about that, looking at the proposed new Alaafin that we're going to be talking about, or the Alaafin elect, if there's anything like that. Anyway, the Nigerian box office definitely raked in some millions, or more like billions of naira last year. We're going to be talking about that and quite a number of things again. President Tinubu is off to somewhere else again, as usual. So that and a lot of other things we're going to be talking about today. My name is Owoade again, and with me in the studio is Shola Rogers.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to the Boom Bar. Thank God it's Friday.
Okay, so we're getting right into today's show. Like I had said earlier, I think it's safe to say that the Nigerian immigration, or would I say the Nigerian immigration, or the border control, or maybe the Chinese consul in Nigeria needs to look at something. Now, this is probably like the third or fourth news about arrest of Chinese involving in fraud in Nigeria. It's very, very sickening, as the EFCC announced the arrest of 4 Chinese and 101 others for suspected internet fraud.
Yeah, it's becoming the norm. There have been some cases that, you've heard about in the past that were not so, rampant or pronounced, but it's becoming like a regular thing now. The other day, an entire building was being used for fraud by people who have employed Nigerians to work there under suspicious and very, very funny circumstances. And they were found out to be fraudsters. And now, another set of people who are Chinese have been arrested for perpetrating internet fraud in Nigeria. This is a big deal. How did these people come into the country? Did they come through the porous borders, or did they get Nigerian visas? Do they have work permits? How exactly did they get here? What was their mission? And how are we monitoring foreigners who are coming into Nigeria under whatever guise? Because again, for every crime that's perpetrated online, nobody's going to say it's a Chinese person based in Nigeria. It's going to be alluded to the Nigerians. And we're already getting a bad rap for that. Now we have a lot of non-Nigerians perpetrating crimes in Nigeria online.
Yeah,
this is a very serious matter.
It is very serious. And the funny thing is that maybe it's not even to look into they're coming in, because anybody can say they're coming in to do all sorts of things, and they might even have papers that look legit. But do we actually follow up on some of these people? Because it's becoming a thing. Just last month, actually, the EFCC arrested 792 suspects in Lagos State. That included 148 Chinese people. It is becoming rampant. And the sad part for me is the fact that it almost seems like these Chinese think that Nigeria is, what's it called? is nice breeding ground for all sorts of things. And this is where even the Chinese need to be serious, because it's not even now what over time what is going to do is, whether you like it or not, as more Chinese people are coming into Nigeria, there's going to be a lot more suspicion, even with people that are just coming in just to do regular business. There's going to be a lot of suspicion towards Chinese people into Nigeria.
Yeah, that's what usually happens when that starts to happen. And you know, when it becomes some kind of trend or a pattern. You've seen it with Nigerians too, going to certain countries and messing up in those places. We're not going to deny the fact that we do have a group of Nigerians or a set of Nigerians who have given Nigeria a bad name. And the sad part is they are not as much as the ones who are doing good. But we know how bad news travels very fast, and now it stays, you know, it's a stain. So it's looking at what's happening to the Chinese and all of that now. But a country that has over 1 billion people in population.
There's a lot of people, then a really small number. However, the fact that it should be more disturbing to Nigeria that it is on Nigerian soil people feel comfortable enough to be perpetrating all these crimes. Anyway, we'll follow up and see what the EFCC will be doing to this matter as well. Anyway, President Tinubu is set to jet out to Saudi Arabia tomorrow for the Sustainability Summit in UAE. So he's off again. He's off again. The president is off again.
Ajala travel all over the world.
Oh, Ajala travel all over the world.
Ajala travel. Ajala travel. Tinubu travel all over the world. So for people who support Bola Tinubu or who believe in the government, they'll say, look, it's important that he has to go for these meetings, that there are dividends of the other meetings that he has gone for, and of course this and that. We're not saying he shouldn't travel. We're not saying he should travel too. We're just saying Ajala travel all over the world.
Whether it's good or not, you shall have a president that is jetting all over the world.
Mr.
Like I said,
Uncle Daddy
a few days ago, it seems like it's only some Nigerians that don't like Tinubu. Tinubu seems to be loved more outside the world.
He be like
they seem to like him a lot and invite him to places a lot.
Special guest and president of Ghana. It's not a small position.
So a president in 2 countries.
Someone that's president in 2 countries.
It's not a small matter.
It's not a small matter.
You know.
Inside everything that we are saying.
Everything that we are saying. What do you mean? What you mean?
Ajala
anyway.
Please, Mr. President.
Why will you even take me?
What are you sustaining?
What are you taking me?
What's this sustaining? Can the sustainability bring down the pump price of petrol?
My own is that all this
the one that is spending the most, Naimi at the talk.
All this one that they are doing, let it even let there be friction to
one moment you have 1 million, you have one point something. The next moment
you have 500 or something.
500k. The next
you said the moment. Moment is like a minute.
By the time you buy petrol, gas, petrol.
No, you don't get. That's a lot of time. Moment is like next minute.
1 minute. Oh. You know it now.
Anyway,
the most debit alert on your phone is from filling station. There is God, yo.
There is God. Anyway, moving on from that quickly. The federal government, still talking about the federal government, has through the Ministry of Works, has now set deadline for the East-West Road completion for April this year. The Minister of Works made this statement on Thursday in Abuja following his inspection of the road project.
You know, the thing about this minister, and I must say kudos to him, is that he actually knows what he's doing. He actually understands the business. And I think he has upped the game. We might have said, I was trying. I think this guy is doing amazing in such a short time.
It's nice.
It's like he has taken it to the next level.
I would say that.
Okay,
sorry,
carry on.
I would
No,
say
carry on.
that it's good to have a ministry that keeps working, if I put it like that.
Exactly, and
Like a ministry that, okay, the other person, we could say, like you said, had a lot of work, did a lot of work. And the honest truth is that we saw a lot of work that they did. If you are in the southwest, you can't say that you didn't know that Lagos Ibadan is now a proper road.
Yeah.
You can't say that the second Niger bridge did not. Do you understand?
So
for us to have another person that is upping that game in that same ministry, I think that's a fantastic thing.
The East-West Road, the section that they are talking, section 2 that they are talking about now, they're part of that road that is prone to flooding, and they've already put things in place for that. The building culverts also for as laybys and stuff. It's just like basically factoring in different things as you go on, the way roads should be constructed. It's not just to put tar or concrete on the floor and say you have constructed or you have created a road or whatever. And I think Dave Umahi is a gem. I think he's doing great.
He's doing great in that matter. Anyway, still talking about the federal government. The federal government has now received a 52.88 million recovered assets linked to Alice Madueke, Diezani Alice Madueke. That is the former minister of petroleum in Nigeria from the United States. The Attorney General had made this known at the formal signing of asset agreement between Nigeria and the United States of America. It said that the Attorney General has said that the $50 million of the recovered assets will be deployed through the World Bank for rural electrification projects, and the remaining $2 million will be deployed to the International Institute of Justice to expand the justice system and also counter corruption.
52-point-something million for Mommy Christmas.
One basin.
Our Mommy Christmas.
Yeah.
You see, shame to the people who think that Nigeria does not have ancestors.
Oh, God.
Living and dead. Dead and
know?
living.
Are you serious? I know. Really?
Our main ancestor, Daddy Batch.
Who is Batch?
Batch.
Who is Batch?
Abacha.
But, oh, God.
It's our main ancestor.
What is, oh, God. I have
Daddy Abacha is our main ancestor. If you do not agree with me, we will give you the statistics. He has provided for the future of Nigerian children. He has kept money. He said, look, don't worry. I'll
keeping it for you. Yeah.
Fixed deposit for you people. So, Daddy Abacha, Uncle Daddy, allegedly, CBN governor, allegedly forfeiting a lot of assets. He's chasing Abacha. But they say what men can do, women can do better.
I'm not think she reached that one yet, but...
Dolupo, 52-point-something in January. When January has 640 days. It's a perfect timing, the way she did it is that she's just saying, you know what, January, let me help my children then. Now they say they will use the money for infrastructural development.
Anyway, moving on from...
Moving on from 52-point-something.
Dolupo,
please. If it's a joke, stop it. Stop it.
I'm not stopping it.
Somebody look at a country and say, I know you people are going through a lot. You now say, take 52 points. They now say they are using 2 points of it for institutional judiciary. Is it only judiciary that needs institutional development? Can't you even... In fact, you see, let's be doing meeting. We should be having meeting on this money. It's our money. It's our money. 52 points. Mommy, yo. Mama Agba. You're a great person now.
Anyway, we're moving on from that, but still talking about money issues, yeah?
52 points.
Oh, Lord, can we go on?
Don't go.
A federal high court has issued a series of orders now, including Mariva injunctions, to freeze assets and accounts linked to a specific company, yeah? General Hydrocarbons Limited, its affiliates, and prominent individuals involving that, one of which is Unduka Obaigbena. And the court is saying that they're unpaid loans to First Bank Nigeria to the tune of wait for it, 225.8 million.
Dollars.
Yeah.
Dollars.
Yeah.
That one passed 52.2.
Exactly.
Wait.
I say wait for it. That's why I said wait for it.
Wait. Don't look, but wait. You're saying that Nigerian bank can borrow you this much money?
Nigerian banks, you don't be insulting. It's the first and the best, according to them. It's the first bank in Nigeria. It's a lot of.
Sukunus Suramus.
It's a lot.
When we are crying, we are singing. It's like Tabam Suku Amarino. Sukunus Suramus.
Oh Lord.
Wait. Me, I'm not even concerned about the company that borrow money. That a Nigerian bank have borrowed somebody $200 million, almost 300 million, and the bank did not go kaput.
So now they're saying that this injunction is from all bank accounts in, including GTB, Access, Zenith Bank, First Bank itself, all emerging digital platforms, from releasing funds or dealing with accounts associated with all the defendants.
So, will it affect Arise TV and the newspaper and the rest?
So, according to the according to reports, court documents reveal that the High Court issued a series of freezing orders against General Hydrocarbons Limited, all its directors and affiliated entities. So
if Mr.
This
Obaigbena
includes accounts with key individuals like Efe, Damilola Obaigbena, Olabisi Eka Obaigbena, CSL Oil Production, GHL 121, and even Mr. Duka Obaigbena himself. So they're looking at
wow.
even their personal accounts, anything that has to do with them.
Wait. Just because if me I go and borrow money now, and maybe I did not pay in the required time, they will now seize the money too. It's not fair now.
Take it back. We are on air. Take it back. Are we bearing the same name?
The people that they mentioned their name, are they bearing the same name?
They
They say affiliated company and entity. Are you not an entity?
No.
So you are not affiliated.
Don't put me.
You are not a stakeholder. You are not affiliated.
Don't put my money with your money. No.
This one is confusing as hell.
Don't put my money with your money.
Nigerian law is law that we are talking about
I
here.
don't know you for you.
You did not even. Did you do law? Did you read
the
law?
one that read law.
Do you know how many friends I have that are lawyers?
They
say when you
I don't have lawyer friends.
If you have 10 friends in London, you are automatically a Londoner. So if you have 10 friends who are lawyers, you are a lawyer. I'm a lawyer.
Oh, go and tell CGN that one.
By affiliation.
Oh, go and tell their
so by affiliation of entities.
I don't know you. I do not know you. I don't know you.
So even Shemilore's account will be frozen. But you people don't know where his piggy bank is.
Shemilore.
My guy.
You are who? He's not your guy. Don't be.
Now my guy now.
Don't be attaching. See, when it comes to your money, give it to yourself.
But my money is everybody's money.
That's when they are giving it out. When they are collecting it, don't do such. Don't do such.
So
thanks.
Again, I ask Nigerian bank. So you people can be giving. Oh yeah, I want to about $10 million.
The injunction restrains banks like GT, Access, Zenith, First Bank, and fintech platforms like Flutterwave, Paystack, Piggyvest from releasing funds or handling assets linked to the defendant.
One person have many accounts like this. That me is only OPay and one of those banks that I have.
Oh my Jesus!
Pressure to wow, pressure to wow.
Okay,
I'm not understanding anymore. But it is well with all of us in Jesus' name. How are we able to?
It's a serious matter. In addition to freezing funds, the court issued interim injunctions preventing the defendants from transferring or dissipating assets, including crude oil stocks, insurance policies, shares, and other receivables.
Again,
so
this is still pending, but I'm just saying, this is one advice that we are constantly giving you. Please, when you are watching social media and you are watching or reading all these celebrities, something, don't be carried away. Elomi is loan money.
It's loan money.
Our own now we say low. We are using house money, and we are not doing more than ourselves. But some people are now living in the realm of borrowed wealth. They are using water, and to chop water, you must have too much power. So it's very constitutional that you put yourself in a place of having sense.
If somebody now, for someone like that now, you know, a few days ago they were still complaining that one radio station don't pay salary. People that work in this man's media, are they going to pay them salary?
No, but those ones, they are making money now. It's just now that.
Are you sure that it's not that they are not making money? Now that they are saying that, I hope his name is not attached to those accounts. Because if it is,
pressure tiwa.
Pressure tiwa.
January is about to be very long.
Pressure tiwa. Tiwa gidi goni. Anyway, you know, when I saw this news yesterday, everybody is like that. I saw a few people on Twitter going on about that these banks are not even smiling anymore, that this recapitalization, everybody is not remembering all their debts and they want to collect everybody their money back. I say at this point, you can't blame anybody, especially if the money is actually legit.
Beyond the jokes and the rhetorics and everything, if you have the opportunity to get loans and grants, use them for what they are meant for. You borrowed money because you felt you could pay it back.
Yeah. And how is it
and make a profit?
Another thing that which a lot of people now talk about, and this happens over time, that how regular people that just want little money will not be able to access loans. But people that seem to be popular and have names and all that get these loans and they don't pay them back.
It's packaging.
So banks, does it make sense? Shouldn't you look for people that this, because for them to seize all these things, it also means that these loans probably don't have collateral. Because if they have enough collateral, they could probably have liquidated them. Do you understand?
If you ever speak to anybody that has worked in loan recovery, they will tell you that is the hardest job in the world. It's the hardest thing for any financial person. There are people who actually set up companies to help people recover loans. That's their niche. That's their forte. And the reason why is because people will constantly default. Now, for people who might default because of some force majeure or some kind of things beyond their control, we understand that. But it's looking like there's a pattern amongst the few people that they are borrowing money. Even the people that are borrowing them, it seems as if they know what they are doing. Because the few times that I've tried to get a loan from a bank to do business, we have to jump through many hoops. And guess what? We dropped collateral. Do you get the funny thing? Like, we actually went through a lot and paid back the money on time. And I said, I will never borrow money from these people again.
It's crazy. It is crazy.
We that want to do legit and straight up business, maybe our money is small. So
doesn't it make sense?
The risk risk is smaller when the money is bigger.
Really? Doesn't it make more sense to borrow people that I don't know, Sha? Anyway, moving on from that, we'll definitely follow that story. It is a developing story.
This one it's a series.
Anyway, but maybe since we're in the courts matter, let's stick to the courts. As interesting news coming from Kano State is that an appeal court has now backed the Federal High Court from dabbling into the Kano Emirate tussle. So first things first, the appeal court has nullified the nullification of the Kano Emir
Emirate side.
Yes, the Sanusi Lamido's rethronement, if that's what they call it. That okay, so remember that there is a court case that has dethroned him a second time.
I'm closing my eyes and trying to figure out what you are trying to say.
So wait.
You started by nullifying the nullification.
Yes. So there's
then nullifying the rethronement.
So there is a case that nullified the bill from Kano State Assembly that not rethrown. What do they call that thing? I can't remember the English. when they bring somebody back, I can't remember anyway. That the case that brought back the law that brought back Lamido Sanusi, yes, SLS, yes, that brought him back. Remember, there is a case in the Federal High Court that nullified that law. Then the case now went to appeal court. The appeal court has now sent the case back to the State High Court, saying that Federal High Court does not have jurisdiction for such a case, saying that it is a state matter. Chieftaincy matters is part of the chieftaincy matters, which stays at the State High Court. So what they're saying now is that the case should go back, and is going to be retried in the State High Court. However, at the moment, SLS is, according to the appeal court, is the Emir of Kano.
The same state court.
No, the appeal court. The appeal court does not belong to the state.
So what's the confusion? That's what I'm saying now.
No. So, in the state, there's State High Court, there's a Federal High Court.
No.
So there were two different judgments from State and Federal High Courts. Now the case now went to appeal court. Appeal court has now said that the case is going back to the State High Court to be retried, and that Federal High Court had no jurisdiction to hear the case in the first place. That's it. So what the State High Court judgment had what the appeal court also did was, because it nullified that the Federal High Court could not hear the case, the judgment that had cancelled the rethronement of Sanusi Lamido has now been nullified. So basically, he's still, according to the appeal court, he is still the Emir of Kano, pending the judgment from the new case that's going to be retried in the State High Court.
All I see here is the bastardization of our traditional institutions, the level at which
everybody is doing as they like.
Yeah, because you're a governor for 8 years max, you can come in and change and put anybody, whatever. It's just not a great thing. I think they are eroding that institution deliberately, because at some point they might just lose relevance.
Yeah, the way that it's going, it is crazy. Anyway, we'll definitely follow that matter. But before we leave the issue of Kano State, there's an interesting case that popped up. As remember that the governor had sacked a few of his aides, and there was a little bit of reshuffling in Kano State. However, the recently dismissed SSG, the secretary to the Kano State government, has now threatened to reveal what he described as explosive evidence against political figures, accusing them of deceit and betrayal.
No, but about you, it's about to be Gegel in Kano. I hope the guy is not just making mouth. Let us even see some drama, man.
He says, I have documents, videos, and voice notes that will show everyone who they really are.
This is a serious matter.
So apparently he had been suspended from the NNPP as far back as October 14th, describing the leaders of the NNPP as masters of betrayal.
I'm sure that the opposition in that state, the main opposition in Kano, is the APC. That's the Ganduje bloc. They'll be dancing. I'm sure this guy is probably calling them, or they are calling him.
Interesting matter coming from Kano State, yeah? We'll definitely will follow that matter. We definitely will see. That's if he has something concrete to say, though, because don't be pissing me off if it's only mouth and you don't.
If he doesn't release anything, we've heard it before. Now. All these people that have been making mouth.
Just don't be pissing me off. Anyway, well, from that we're going all the way to Oyo State. Girl. Finally, after 3 years, it's official. Looks like there's going to be an Alaafin of Oyo. Finally, in the person of Prince Akeem Abimbola Owoade, who's now been approved by the governor after the recommendation of the Oyomesi.
It's taken a while It's taken a while for this to happen, and of course, unofficially there were a lot of talks about how there's a lot of infighting, and usually there's politics in, especially if it's not Ibadan. It's not clear cut like Ibadan. Ibadan has their own system that everybody should try to emulate. So congratulations to the good people of Oyo State and the good people of
Oyo Town.
Of Oyo State and Oyo Town. The Alaafin is coming, but there's something I've noticed. It's a trend. Okay, I went through the profile of the incoming Alaafin, and it's a professional engineer and all of that. Schooled abroad, worked in the UK, then relocated to Canada from the UK, and I said, it's like a trend now. You must go abroad to become king.
Is it about the abroad, or maybe it's the abroad money?
Abroad money is abroad. Abroad money is not here.
Abroad money is...
But it looks like you have to be abroad to be king. It's looking like that.
It's a very, very interesting
It's an advantage now. Before, it's supposed to be, someone that is based there.
But apparently...
the blood is still in them. They have the blue blood, so...
Yeah, it's interesting. One thing I noticed is that a lot of kings now, maybe except Oyo State, or except Ibadan, they seem to have younger kings now. However, the honest truth is, if you look at Alaafin, the last Alaafin was actually very young. When he became the king, yeah. So way younger than even this person.
But I don't think he was living abroad.
No, he was a policeman, yeah.
I'm just saying.
I think it was Nigerian police. It was Nigerian police.
But he wasn't living abroad.
No, I wasn't living abroad.
And abroad is a prerequisite for kingship now.
But I think that it's because it's really important, whether you like it or not. You think that is Oyo Town, but to the Yoruba race, actually, the Alaafin of Oyo, and all the seats of the Alaafin of Oyo being vacant for so long.
Well, he's been commended, though. People said that he's a philanthropist and he's done a lot of things for widows and young people and old people and all of that. And you always hope that they're able to bring this clout and this monies that they have and the connections they have to the benefit of their people. Now, the beauty of it is that with the new allocation from local government, kings are going to get better paid now.
Yeah, so that side too.
It's more money.
That side
There's
too.
a percentage of that money that's going to the kingship.
That one says
maybe we should start our own kingship.
The
royal house of something.
News. Okay, so I saw a video a few hours ago. I don't know if you saw that video. This just put it out there of some 6, 7, 8 people that were supposed to be protesting the appointment of the new Super Eagles coach. You saw that video?
No.
Oh, really? Okay, so hold on. You might not be able to watch it.
No, I can see from the screen.
So I just saw it again and it just clicked up. Out of that, okay.
They are protesting.
Are they students? Can we?
So
can we
is that what they are singing?
I don't know.
Good luck. Well, I think it's well within their rights. They have not protested and caused trouble. So the law permits.
What are we going to be a little serious? Like, wow.
But you can't deprive them of their rights. Are you going to deprive them of the right to disagree with an appointment as big as the Super Eagles chief coach?
Okay.
A lot of us have reserved our comments about this appointment, and I think that speaks a lot about it. But now that you brought up this protest, I'm just going to put it on record that I think it's not a good appointment. I've always been of the opinion that if you are going to bring someone in,
let it be better than
what you have on ground. Eric Shell is a good coach, he's tried. He's a good coach. But is he better than the interim coach? Is he better than Amunike, Amokachi, and Finidi George or Siasia? Is he better than these names I've mentioned? Is he even better than the Ogumode Days and the Rangers coach?
Yeah, Electrical.
Is he better than them? I'm asking because I don't see it. At least these ones have won laurels. I don't know how many trophies he has won in his career. And when he went to the same Nations Cup, Nigeria went further than his own team.
His own team,
So
yeah.
I don't get the rationale behind it. The guy is still working in his Algerian team anyway. He's still going to coach them this weekend. Maybe after that he would finally get on the plane. But it's not the first time that they are announcing a coach until the coach resumes. Yeah.
We'll see.
But again,
Oh,
the thing is, there's a recurring theme that I also key into. The instant he takes up that job and signs those papers, we have no choice than to support the team and himself.
Yeah.
But I also want to put it on record that I don't see how the Super Eagles will qualify for the World Cup in the situation that they are in, and with
this coach
that they brought in now. I'm not sure it's better than any of the coaches that we have in Nigeria.
Okay, so we'll see where all that is going to. Anyway, moving on to the issue of the police, the Inspector General of Police has ordered a clampdown on attackers of police station in Borno State. It's actually, I hope that these people are caught. Also, a suspected cultist has been arrested as police recover firearms in Ogun State as well. Now, moving on from that quickly, wanted to talk about something that happened yesterday in Lagos State, and this had to do with the Commissioner of Tourism, Arts, Culture and Tourism, something in Lagos State, where there was a video where it was alleged that she had assaulted someone, and a lot of people went to town talking about how who is she, that she cannot be recorded, why can't she be recorded, and blah 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 blah. And I remember having a conversation with someone yesterday, and I said, I'm not going to say anything about this until we hear the full story. Then we can say who's at fault, who's not at fault, what happened and what did not happen. As obviously there was a statement from Lagos State today which explained what happened or what was supposed to happen in that video, and how someone had taken a video that they were not authorized to make.
We're in the era. There's this thing that they used to say when we were growing up. They'll say, first to report, now you get case. So what that basically means from the streets is that if you were in an altercation with someone, maybe you were even the one that initiated it, but you're the first to actually run to the police station to say, oh, look at me. Someone has done this to me, that you're the one with the case now, because they're going to arrest the other person.
Yeah, first.
Do you understand?
The matter is...
and that logic is being played out a lot now with the backing of social media.
Yeah.
And the fact that every phone you see has a camera and has 200 naira data that they can use to push out anything that they want to push out. In some instances, that turned out very good. In some instances, it's just propaganda. And the story behind the video, according to the Lagos State government, is that a director at a Lagos State facility that is directly under the supervision of the commissioner had opened their own restaurant without approval. And I said to myself, people have
I also saw
liver.
I also saw the account of an eyewitness that actually corroborated the story that the Lagos State government had put out.
Yeah.
And
so you were appointed to
oversee
a facility, the latest museum in Nigeria, and you have enough powers to actually set up a restaurant.
A whole canteen.
Why did you go about it the right way? I'm sure things at that level will require some kind of approval.
So apparently there's so much. So according to even this eyewitness, said one of the things that they saw as infractions in this canteen was that there were gas cylinders that were used that was inside the building, which was a health. It was a safety issue, safety hazard, and those were the things that were happening. And even the commissioner did not want a video out because they just wanted to sort it out. Apparently, the director felt that it was okay, and that a staff of the commissioner was the one that was actually assaulted. And like I said earlier, one thing is how it is okay. Why do we think that, okay, even because someone is a public officer, you think that we can pick your phone, and do we have right to just make videos of people anyhow? That's one. Two, I even saw a lot of so-called celebrities go on with that video and just move. When do we actually get to a point where we will start investigating things before we jump on it? So a particular person, Mr. Macaroni, who's definitely not a fan of Lagos State or the government of it, went on and was writing all sorts of things about this thing yesterday. I've checked his profile since yesterday and I'm waiting for a rebuttal or something. And I'm like, I don't have a problem with you having a problem with a certain behavior. However, can we exercise a little bit of patience?
No, there's no need though.
And before we go on guns blazing with a particular thing, can we have the two sides of the story before we always jump on it? Because whether you like it or not, at a point, I don't know, maybe some people don't care. It's possible. Your credibility will be questioned because after a while, by the time you keep posting these things, and these things are always not as it seems, you will get to a point where people don't even like, oh, that person is always jumping on stuff. That's the point you will get to. Like, when do you actually, even if it's just for your own credibility alone, when do you actually get to say, okay, this is where this stops? Can we actually, what's really happened?
So
before we jump on the stories?
Again, maybe what you're talking about should happen from a neutral standpoint. But once you have a dog in the fight, you know,
you might have a bias, which I'm not saying.
Yeah,
if I have a bias against
you don't care.
It's not
a lot of people don't care, though. Look,
so
that's why I said from a neutral standpoint,
you need to still, because it is still your credibility on the line. You need to still check. So if it is something that, okay, this real story now comes out and, oh, this other person is at fault. If I have a bias against, let's say, the Lagos State government, I would rather just not say anything than go guns blazing against the government.
What you're saying now is that everybody must follow the way you would.
No, it's not about me. It's about let's doing the right thing because we have social media.
That's why
following. It does not make any sense.
To you.
It makes no sense.
To you.
Because at this point, okay, so why I said that is not just me, is because at this point, you say all sorts of things. You never know the day somebody is going to pick up your words and you will get sued for something that was
How many people have been sued? One or two people. What's the percentage of one or two to the thousands of people that are writing and talking nonsense?
True, I get your point. But you never know the person that is going to get sued. That's the point. Like, you do not, if it's something that does not affect you directly and you don't know the full story, we do not always have to jump on it. It's almost like
that's the message.
You're jobless.
That's the message that Dolupo is trying to pass. But I'm also trying to make Dolupo realize, once you have a dog in the fight, once you have a stake, once you are opposition or you are supporting government, once you just have something that is driving you, you don't care about the facts. I think that we should have. You just want to see that other person.
So I saw a video early this morning of Mr. Segun Showumi, and he's PDP, yeah. And I don't know if you saw that video, and he was talking about how we should get to a point where, even as opposition, we need to have intelligent conversations. I don't know if did you see that video?
I saw the video.
So, and
once again,
and I
that's
was
what I'm trying
very impressed with what he said. He said it's time
in the
we start
same PDP, Dolupo. Are they having intelligent conversations?
No, I agree. I'm just saying that this is one person. I'm just using him as an example. Like, it's time we start having intelligent conversations and not just crying wolf of everything.
All of those.
He said,
all
it's
of
something
those
you don't
things
agree with, say it. If it's something you agree with, but you feel that it should be done a better way, let's have like, it is actually 2025.
Okay. Once again, I will reiterate that everything that Dolupo has said is utopian. Everything she has said is what it should be, what she feels it should be like. Again, like I was trying to say before, and I would still say it. Once you have a stake in something, maybe just as a citizen, you might not like someone. So the instant there's bad news about the person, you're going to jump on it. It's not even about government alone. It's your neighbor. You just hear that your neighbors, maybe there's no like you people have not had light for hours, and everybody puts on their gen. And you know that when people turn off their gen, there's a sound it makes, like it just turns it off. But when the gen is running out of petrol, it does. And once you just hear that sound, you're actually happy. Hey, God catch him. God catch him. At least the gen will go off. Do you get what I'm trying to say here? It's not necessarily. It's human nature for people to be happy when something bad happens to someone that they don't like, even if it's just perceived. They don't care about all of that.
Behavior.
Yeah, but that's the reality of life. It's always been like that. It's always been like that. There will always be people's reactions to things that you don't like. People will hate you for no reason. You don't do anything to them, but they're just going to look at you and just hate you. What you going to do about that?
Okay.
So for the people who would jump on what they perceive to be something wrong in government, do you see the kind of parallels that people draw? The instant something happens, I've seen a lot of this particular video of the commissioner, saying, get this person out of here and all of that. Stop recording, stop making that video. I've seen people draw parallels with that one and the woman that beat up a 3-year-old or 4-year-old boy in school. People are saying, oh, the same energy that they used to call out that one and arrest her is what they should do to this one. How? How is it the same? But I've seen people, if you just go check their post on social media. So you think they don't know what they're doing? A wise man once said, agenda must agenda.
Agenda must agenda. I agree with you. Anyway, moving on from that, I also wanted to talk about another video that I saw online. So apparently the children of a very popular Nigerian or Lagos businessman, Okoya, his children were seen to be abusing the naira, and there was a policeman in that video as well. However, the police had come out to say that the policeman in that video has been detained for being in that and did not stop them. Now I'm waiting for the police to actually also arrest those boys.
But police would not arrest those boys.
Why not?
Don't you think it should be the same people that arrested Bobrisky that should arrest those boys if they have committed a crime? Was it the police that arrested Bobrisky?
Okay, so is it
EFCC not under financial crime?
I get your point. I'm just saying that somebody needs to.
The police
need to get arrested.
I saw people positing that, and I'm like, wait.
I get your point, but whether it's the police, somebody needs to arrest those boys.
The first thing is to confirm the law that they are broken.
They said they are abused. Even the statement of the police PRO actually confirms that they were actually abusing the naira. So
that's why I said first thing is to confirm the crime that they have committed. Then now take that crime to the appropriate quarters. And those are the people that should be doing the job. Because people are like, why is the police punishing a policeman and not punishing those boys? But it's not within their purview.
I get it.
And we've had several cases.
So I'm waiting for EFCC
even this lawyer. There's a popular lawyer whose son is a lawyer too. That there were a lot of controversies around. Didn't a video of that person spraying money hit the internet? What happened? Nothing. Go check online now.
But we need to.
You see this money spraying thing.
We need the same energy. You can't arrest somebody.
Either you are going to arrest everybody that is spraying, or change the law.
That's it. But that's what I'm saying. But you can't arrest some people, and even either some people went to jail for it, or somebody went to jail, or people don't even say somebody. People went to jail for it. Some people paid millions of naira as fines for that same crime, and some people are just gonna get away with it.
There's a video online now of people at a party in the southeastern part of Nigeria, where people were throwing bundles of money to maybe, I presume, the celebrant, and he was playing football with the money. He would head the money, he would chest the money, he would kick it, and the money would hit the floor and everything. What has happened? The same Naira rain that they do, they've done it all through this December period up until this January. Again, this is not me saying don't arrest those boys if they have committed a crime. I'm saying arrest them and arrest everybody.
Everybody.
Let everybody be arrested for abusing the naira, or change that law completely.
Exactly. So that's my own.
Because I don't get the selective justice. Oh, you arrested Bobrisky, and Bobrisky had to escape one way or the other.
Exactly. He had to escape.
There's this
that
actress that was arrested. She was jailed.
She went to jail.
She disappeared.
What's it called? Cubana chief priest had to pay like 10 million naira, and some people are just going to go scot-free. It's not making sense. That's my own. It's not making sense. Anyway, moving on from that, we're going all the way quickly to Los Angeles because there's now been talks of the death toll from the Los Angeles fire has now risen to about 10. There are quite a number of people, quite a number of celebrities that actually lost their homes to this wildfire.
Every year in places like California and Australia, you would have these wildfires. And you would have thought that by now, they would have devised a means that is better than the things we saw. There's a video that's gone viral of firefighters using handbags to scoop water from their fire trucks and pour on the fence that caught fire. They're running. It's like using buckets. It's even worse. It was a leather bag, a handbag, a woman's bag. I saw the video, but I get that it's not their fault. It just shows that they're not properly equipped for this, and this kind of fire that can actually raise over 30,000 acres or so, and wipe out an entire community. I saw videos of fire trucks. They had bulldozers actually clearing out cars because people left their cars in the middle of the road in panic. There was an actor that was advising people that in that situation, leave the key in the car so that they can move your car out of the way. The way those cars were being rushed and crumpled to the side, it's understandable because the fire trucks need to gain access. Then you see the sea planes that go fetch water from the sea to try and douse the flames and everything. And I'm thinking, by now, there must be a more creative and robust way, to fight this wildfires. Because I don't get it. People are losing their lives. They're losing their livelihoods. Their homes have been burnt to the ground. It's like ground zero. It's not even like it is ground zero. It is
ground zero for a lot of people.
I've seen drone shots. I've seen all sorts of things, aerial views.
At this moment,
it doesn't look good.
Insurance companies are going to
and there's a lot of conspiracy theories going out there. People are bringing all sorts of conspiracy theories. But one problem that I noticed with this wildfires also is how it has been politicized. The mayor, I think she was in Ghana or something when the thing started, or days before it started, and she's been criticized for that, but she's a Democrat. And you see that the Republicans are calling out, even the governor is a Democrat, and they're calling them out and blaming them that it was their style of government that didn't prepare the fire trucks or the firefighters properly and all of that. But I really think that at a time like this, isn't it better if they all came together?
Let's look for solution,
and fight and get a solution. Then you can come back to do politics.
Anyway, quickly, before we go, Democratic Republic of Congo has now banned Al Jazeera state satellite news network. Apparently, they had an interview with the leader of a violent rebel group that sees territory in the country's east. Now, how is it okay? I get it. I don't get it. Let me put it like that. I don't get it. Why we think, as media people, think it's okay to make some of these interviews.
It's news.
Okay.
It's news.
I don't get it, but
it's
it is
news.
what it is.
It's still news. That's why it's made it to your list of stories now. It's news.
Yeah, no, it's not the interview that made it to the list. It's the fact that they got banned.
Yeah, that's why I said it's news.
It doesn't make any sense to me. Like, why?
It's news.
It's anyway. Before we go quickly, Nigerian box office recorded a 60% growth in 2024, saying that they raked in about 11.5 billion naira in the year.
Look, a big shout out to Funke Akindele, especially for this, and Tony Ayimaku, right? That's her name. Tony Abraham. The way she's hawking her movie, and she's going from city to city across the southwest. I think she's doing an amazing job.
And I think that
Funke already is like 10% of the entire box office.
I honestly think that the women in Nigerian film industry are doing amazing work. I also think that you can't. How do I say? They're doing something very interesting, and what I mean interesting is that you can't doubt their work rate.
No, you can't.
Do you understand? We're in a system where everybody's she's just doing this, she's just doing wrong. Do you understand? You can't doubt their work rate, and it's very refreshing to see. Like you said, they're really hawking their movies the way, and I would say that shout out to a lot of places that are, and I think with what I'm seeing, I think that a lot of these movies are even more sold out in other states than even Lagos. Lagos, okay, are you? No, I'm not. What I mean is that
Lagos has more cinemas. So
Lagos has more cinemas.
There's no way those places you are talking about probably just have one.
Okay, so they will probably be more crowded. I get your point that Lagos has more cinemas.
If you go and check the breakdown,
I'm saying
don't even go
maybe
there.
Because of
you just want to commend the people outside Lagos. That's fine.
Because
but
you
can't put
quite
Lagos
a
down.
number of other things to do in Lagos other than going to the cinemas.
Exactly. That's why you need to commend the Lagos people even more. So guess what? Probably the sales from Ikeja City Mall alone will cover the sales from some of these places that you're talking about. And Lagos, there are people watching in Ikorodu, in Surulere, Maryland, Ikeja, Lekki, Victoria Island.
There's a cinema
Lagos
everywhere.
I beg you.
Anyway, the truth is that the Nigerian box office is doing a lot. They're making a lot of money, and it's actually very, very refreshing to see. Also, just wanted to put this out: the Nigerian powerlifter Kefilat Al Maruf has now been banned for 3 years for doping.
It is well.
That's all you say.
It is well now. She's going to be going through it now for 3 years.
Yeah, it's very, very, very sad at this point. Also, finally, before we go, the Nigerian Sports Commission has now restructured sport federations, reassigning 57 secretaries around, basically just changing things. Do we think it's a good thing?
It's not a new thing. It happens from time to time, especially when there's a change in government and there's a new sheriff in town. They move things around. So I think that's what they've done this time.
Okay. And on that note, that is all we'll be able to take today on The Bar. Thank you for listening. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back again on Monday to give you another wonderful edition of The Boom Bar. Do have a beautiful, beautiful weekend ahead. Peace.